So it's 2:47 a.m. on Monday. Was it February 12th, 2018? And I was in the middle of, actually no, I was getting on towards the tail end of finishing the editing, and I was doing, start at the top and double check to see, did I put all the edits right where I need to be? Did I cut all the irrelevant mumbling like this? Did I, kind of talking to myself? Am I supposed to do this? Look at things and they're kind of down here. When I noticed there's a lot of bacon and onion in the air, which sounds awesome. Sounds really, really awesome. Uh, but then I realized, well, it's midnight, and my parents are watching the Olympics, because why not? Shut up. And I was like, wow, that bacon and onion smells really, really strong. Wait, that's not bacon and onion, that's smoke coming from our stove. But wait, Mom is not baking right now. She's not cooking anything, so that's actually smoke coming from the fire stove. The wood stove, correction, it's coming from the wood stove. So, but the lights were off downstairs. And I was like, what is with all the smoke? What's going on here? And the alarms are not going off. I've got alarm just up there. There's one in the hallway. There's one in the stairwell. And just, what's with the smoke thing? So I went downstairs, like, you guys smell that? And like, yeah, it's been doing that for about an hour. Fucking kidding me. So, I turned on the overhead light in the room that they're on, and oh my god, there's a cloud this thick. Actually, it's more like this thick out there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There was some debate about procedure and how to properly vent smoke and how to properly dispose of burning logs that are actually smoking very heavily. And the decision was made to call the local fire department. My dad got on the phone and said, "We are not on fire, but there is a lot of smoke in the house. Can you send somebody over?" So here it is, 1 a.m. We got a visit from the local fire department. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It was pretty much all cleared up by the time they got here, anyways. You know how that goes. So rather than burning the fire slowly over the course of the night, we pushed in both of the dampeners and let the thing burn. And it's oddly better to have an active fire than it is to have a quiet smoker. I'm not sure if I can market that. But anyways, they were here for about 15, 20 minutes. One truck, no claxons, plenty of lights, blinding LED lights. Just you know how that goes. And but yeah, everything's fine. So I'm making this little editing thing here more for my benefit to remember. Oh yeah, I was doing video editing, and we had to call the fire department at 1 a.m. So very professional, very courteous, helpful, answered all questions. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. So I don't say it very often, but I'll say it now just to get it on the record. I have the utmost respect and appreciation, and my heartfelt thanks go out to all firefighters, not just locally, but across the United States and across the world. They put their lives on the line every single day, just like the military, by the way, just like the police. And it's grateful to have them around. And I said to all four of them that showed up, three in the truck, and then there was the assistant. He wasn't a chief, but he was the team leader, I guess. He came in his own. Anyways, I didn't have the opportunity to shake hands, but I did say, sorry for the trouble and thank you for not just for coming out here and checking on us, but thank you for serving your community. I really appreciate that. So, uh, you probably hear the fan in the bathroom over my shoulder here. It's going to be smoky in here for a couple more hours, and I'm wired right now. So I guess I'll go to finish editing this video. Hope you enjoy the show. Video is over an hour long. What is wrong with me? All I'm doing is unboxing for, like, I'm just, here it is, I'm unboxing stuff. Not spoiler. I'm unboxing stuff. This is all I unbox. So for the next hour, you're going to hear me grunting and groaning and grumbling and praising the hell out of these things. It takes me an hour to do that? Seriously? I have to get up for work in like, I don't know, like half an hour. And I was about to go down for breakfast, and a little bit better angle of our blue heron friend. I think it's a lesser blue heron, I think. Not quite certain why I pulled this guy out. Actually, I'm not. I've been struggling for a number of minutes. Like, how do I start this video? Well, you know, since it's kind of relevant, why don't you pull this guy out just to prove that you still have it? Yes, I do still have it. So I went to. Okay, so let's move on, Ayla. You know, get going. Get to the point. Uh, I went to BobaCon yesterday, and awesome store as always, and I bought absolutely nothing from them. It's not like there wasn't anything there, just I didn't have enough money on me at the time to pick up anything that was really good. There was some good stuff there, you know. But yeah, I just wasn't feeling, just didn't have enough money to purchase any one thing. I was trying to buy something when I'm at BobaCon, if it's real small or big, whatever. I was trying to buy something, but just today, just bad opportunity. It's always a pleasure to go there. I still love going there. Just didn't have enough time, didn't have enough money. So, and I suppose it's kind of a good thing, because this video would not have been made today if it wasn't for the fact that I didn't spend any money at BobaCon. Nothing against them, absolutely. But it turned out that while I was in the area in Everett, Washington, I decided to swing by Fred Meyer's, because grocery shopping. And I picked up a couple of little goodies while I was there. So it turns out, like, oh, I guess fate had decided that I was going to save my money from BobaCon and spend it instead at Fred Meyer's. Who knew? Let's see, which one do I do first? I don't know. Probably because I saw this guy first. Daburo, and Autobot Twinferno, who I believe is a reference to a... Oh, I can't remember what this guy is a reference to. Selena Blake. I mean, it's a G1 character, but there was like a... I think it was a Micromaster or a... Is it Monstructor or something along those lines? I don't know my G1 that well, but I do know that this character is inspired by a G1 character who basically had two dragons' heads and necks for arms. That's what this guy is. So I saw it and I'm like, oh, sure, I'll get one of those. And also Titans Return, so kind of have to. Like, the opportunity is there, might as well grab it while I still can. Power of the Primes is already on the shelves. I saw Power of the Prime Starscream. I'm not going to get Power of the Prime Starscream. I was disappointed with him. How do I do this? Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger comes out tonight. Or is it? Yeah, tonight in Japan. It comes out tonight. Looking forward to it. Boy, I did this so well on Hardhead previously. What am I missing here? Oh, I'm tearing the cardboard. We don't want that. We want to preserve the cardboard so it will clutter up our walk-in closet that is no longer a walk-in closet. Yes, we do. Ow, did I cut myself? Not yet. How do I do streaming on YouTube? Like, I know there's a streaming icon, but like I've looked up a number of tutorials and they all kind of say the same thing. How does one do streaming on YouTube? Because I don't just want to do a live stream. I want to do a live stream, but I also want to be able to record that same live stream so that other people later on down the line can look at it as well. How does one do live streaming and save it to the computer without, how can I put it, without, having a massive file size. So like if you're recording for 1 hour or 2 hours, however many hours it is, you won't get drop down by like 20 or 30 gigs of information, then have to turn around and edit the thing. How does one live stream on YouTube? Does anybody here have experience with that? If you do, please leave a comment. Because it says I have to purchase, or not purchase, but I have to acquire other programs in order to do it. Well, I mean, isn't it just as simple as like, okay, this is what I want the title to be, this is when I want to turn it on, and this is the kind of footage I want to show. Is it just that easy? But apparently you have to have some other program independent of YouTube running at the same time. Help, please. I have no idea what's happening. Oh, they form shoulder cannons? Oh, cool. Never seen that on the box. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. Oops. Is that supposed to be some sort of a battle sled or something? Ugh. We're not going to do that for robot mode. No. Semi-transparent wings which do not open up. They turn upwards like this, but they don't extend outwards. That's kind of disappointing. Ooh. Nice friction on the head. And then 3 minutes later, the friction disappeared entirely. Does that sound familiar to you, Hardhead? He's got some sort of upset Cubert-looking face for his crotch plate. What's going on here? Let's see, you fold this upward to give him some articulation. Okay. But, that's a sad Cubert right there. There's no, the ankles tilt like this. They don't pitch up and down, and they don't turn side to side like this. They only rotate like this. Happens. Now it showed. Let's see, cannons go where? Oh yeah, sure, that helps. It just shows the cannons in place. It doesn't show you where to attach them. Does it attach to the shoulders, or does it attach to the shoulders? And if so, where does it attach to the shoulders? I can't tell. Gosh, if only it was, you know, a white picture with a gray highlight as opposed to a gray picture on a black background with red highlight. Which I'm currently not a fan of. So there's absolutely no friction for tabbing these into any of the shoulders. That's disappointing. I discover the gimmick, and then it turns out I can't use it after all. So maybe if I move the wings back. Yeah, this sucks. It says it can fit on the shoulders, but then it doesn't actually. Wait, maybe. Oh, okay, I was using the wrong tab. That's why. Alright, so that explains why that's like that. Fold those wings back. Very much echoes of the Dragon Gundam happening here. The the deluxe version of the Dragon Gundam that I had many, many years ago. That was very disappointing in terms of how structurally sound it was. I still like the idea of having dragon gauntlets, you know, that's still awesome. Okay. So this is Twinferno. Autobot Twinferno, I should point out. This little white colored head. I'm not sure if I like the white colored head. It should be like, I don't know, something else maybe. Whatever. Okay, so we'll take those off. Oh, good question though. How would he hold on to these? Do they just peg it? Oh yeah, there's. Yeah, it just pegs in on the side. What's that called? Let's see. Which side looks more hollow? That does. So I'm gonna put that on that side. So he doesn't actually hold on to the rifles. I feel like that's a bit of a lie. Oh well. You know, I'll just keep them stored on the shoulders, because why not? Because that's what they're meant for. Okay. And this is... Oh, it's a tab. This is Daburo, who, once again, the only paint applications on Titan Master, I want to say Micromaster so badly, because force of habit, because everybody expects them to be Micromasters. But anyways, Daburo, however you say his name. Oh, Daburo. The only paint that he has is the visor of the robot mode. So, or I'm sorry, the visor of the helmet. So tiny you can't see it. I'm told that each of the Titan Masters, regardless of which character it is, each of the Titan Masters in their individual robo form is based off of its own G1 character of some kind, which is nice. Ooh, wow. There we go. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, thanks for the warning. His beast mode arms have been completely painted black. I wonder what the original color was that they were molded in, and more importantly, why did they waste the money painting them black when they could just molded them in black? I don't know. There's a panel here. Ah, okay. It's a semi-transparent panel. I'm guessing that's where Daburo, he just sits in here, I guess. You know what, I'm just going to put him into Titan Master mode. Just dump him in there. Now let's give a thought further. Here's how you insert the figure. Here's how you remove the figure. Really? Really, Hasbro? Oh, wow. Nice fur texture on the beast mode. Oh, wow. How did they compact this down? Cool. Let's tap together and then that around. Sometimes the old tricks are the best tricks. Oh, wow. Part of the feet becomes the waist. It says you go in there, but how does it go in there? Is it the tail? Very thick tail. There's got to be more to it than that. Got to be doing something wrong. Alright, maybe it is time to look at the instructions. Of course, they're so tiny you can't see anything. They don't give any windows. There's a number of places I can peg it in. That's why I'm struggling, is because there's a number of places I can peg it in, but I don't know which one I'm supposed to go for. Also, am I supposed to fold up the crotch panel or no? Maybe not. Not certain. Fold it back down. Is that gonna help any? Yeah, it does. It is a little. Okay, how do I? Does it go there? Does it loosely tab in? I'm not certain. I don't know. It doesn't. How does this tab in? Hello? Does it tab in there or does it tab in there? Because there's 3 slots I can choose from here. And the shins do not want to peg together. It's taking way too long. The shins are doing everything they possibly can to pop apart. And then these thigh joints are not shy, but the kind of ankles. It doesn't go in there? How does this work? Hello? I don't know. I can't. I don't know, it's strange the way these, they're not pegging into place. There's slots, there's 3 slots, they're lined up with each other. But am I supposed to slot into here, into here, into here? Like, I don't know which one to pick. I'm trying to do it for all 3, but every time I do, the shins pop apart again. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Alright, well, he won't be the most stable dragon in the world. But he'll be something. 2-headed dragon. There's a pair of Titan Master pegs on the rifle. Interesting choice. Really? That's the slots where they go, but now you tell me it won't go in at all? Really? I feel like I just ruined some plastic. Alright. I may have to explore it a little further. Here is Twinferno in his double beast mode, I guess. And the tail doesn't quite want to peg together, but these shins, I'm having to squeeze these together and put it under immediate stress. But the thing I was fighting for several minutes there is these gray panels here that they twist in and out. Let's see, I'm going to make a little more room here. So they do this, and I can't get it to peg into place. There's no solid place to peg it. Oh, look, the shins popped up again. Okay. So, it's a cute little dragon form. I like it. It's unusual. It's not something I would ordinarily get. But again, G1 homage. And also dragon arms in robot mode, so. Over-the-shoulder cannons? Nah, it's more backpack cannons. Whatever. And really, they're not over-the-shoulder because he has to lean forward in order to use it, so. That, like that. Ball joints on the, oh, hello. Oh, it's a swivel joint for the hips. It's a double swivel joint. Okay. No ankle articulation. No tail articulation. Because, you know, it's just the legs are flipped around, so, you know. Not cool. But man, I wish those wings would open up further. Like tilting them up and down, not good enough. I want them to spread his wings, and they're not. Boo. That's hurting. What is this? And then there's Daburu. Oh, okay. It's English. It's Daburu. So it's double, Daburu. I get it now. All right. Anyways, you open up this semi-clear panel on his chest, and there's your Titan Master. There's a pair of pegs. Looks like there's pegs for feet right there, which is surprising. But I will bite. Well, I really had to struggle to get the backpack on there. And I will struggle further to get the this guy onto the. Boy, there's just no easy way to hang on to this thing. 2 wings, 4 legs, a tail, 2 heads. Not making this easy for me. There you go. There's Daburu hanging out on top of Twinferno. Dude, wouldn't that be awesome if they created a transformer called Twinception? Maybe that's what Overload is supposed to be. Overlord? Overload? Not certain. So there's them. Yay. There's one. Yay. Dragon Zord here, right? The dragon mode pelvis is pissing me off because I can't peg it in. Because it doesn't specify. Oh, there goes the whole thing. Alright, screw it. Fine, we'll do it that way. You know, I'd almost prefer that those Titan Masters didn't have any head articulation. Let's see. Just because those the neck of the robot mode eventually wears out so fast that it doesn't make any difference at that point. How do you roll this up? Wait, how do you... What? No. Oh, for crying out loud. What is... I've been up since 1 a.m. I don't need this kind of shit in my life right now. Oh, come on. Oh, for fuck. Aha, there we go. Yeah. See, I told you I'd figure it out. Which way next? Well, they're called Titan Masters for a reason, so let's pick up a Titan Master. Let's pick up a Titan Master? That's some great branding you've got going there, Ava. You should go work for an advertising agency. I was kind of limited. There were, like, Brawn was a shell former along with, like, 3 other figures, so I kind of wanted Brawn, so I was like, okay, I'll get it, whatever. Maybe not the color of Titan Master minifig set that I wanted, but I can live with it. Brawn, however, is just a shell former just because there were so many of them that were made, and he's apparently really popular. So I don't know if they repainted Brawn. No, Brawn. Don't leave. It's too young. Too young? Too early for you to leave. Anyway, he even had his own little backing. I'm not going to bother with the instructions on this one. I shouldn't have to bother with the instructions. His Titan Master head kind of resembles the Titan Master head, or kind of resembles the head mode. You know, I would have been content with all the Titan Masters, all the Titan Master related figures, connectable figures, if they hadn't had a neck that could post. That would not have bothered me at all. So tiny. And he comes with a thing. He comes with a thing. I don't know what it is. It's arguably it's a Jeep with tractor treads. Gee, maybe if you looked at the instructions, you'd be able to answer your own questions here, Ava. Wow, I can't believe I'm going to pull out the instructions for something this tiny. Oh, great. Now it's a black-colored figure on a black-colored background with gray arrows and red highlights. How am I supposed to read that? Oh, and by the way, really, really tiny pictures. Hasbro Takara. Not cool. Not cool at all. I'm not exaggerating. That's not I don't like that. That's not cool. So do I open those up and peg those into place? I guess so. Oh, these are so tiny. It's so thin too. I feel like I'm gonna break this thing. If these fit, that's no problem, but why don't these fit? I can't even see in there, it's so tiny. Do I push back? No. Do I drop this down? I don't know. It's so bloody tiny! I mean, Micromasters were easier to work with back in the day. Not only is the picture tiny, but I can't... It's dark, because it's a gray figure on a black background. Maybe that's why his shell formed so hard. Nobody could read his instructions. Oh, you must be joking. You want me to... You want me to put that in there? And then you want me to try and extract it later?
Yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, that's not how... Screw it, let's just put them in the jetbike mode, get it over with. God, you almost need reading glasses for this, and I don't need reading glasses. My eyesight is excellent. This is bullshit. I have two Micromaster G1 Micromaster bases, and both of them had they had a Micromaster. I want to say one was an Autobot, one was a Decepticon. I don't remember which, but I have pointed it out before. And I would rather that they would be that size. If you want to do a Micromaster by itself, I'm sorry, Titan Master by itself, that would be the way to go. God, get in there. So that's one of the modes. Yay, I guess. I don't know. It's just a thing. It's supposed to be some sort of a reverse order of instructions to convert back. Gee, I didn't know that. Now let's try and get them out of there without... There we go. I want to take a second grab at this vehicle because it's just this kind of truck mode or whatever it is. And because it's green plastic, I have no idea if I'm even lined up properly. Oh wow, there's no screws anywhere on here. Wow. Oh, it's too low. No wonder it's not fitting. And that's pegged in there, so I can't take it out and swap it. Well, how the hell am I supposed to get that in there? And that one's too low as well. What? Those front two fit fine, but the back two will never fit, no matter how hard I push. What is going on? Well, that's some kind of bullshit. Yeah, the back wheels are misaligned. Or the back tread thingies are misaligned. There's nothing I can do about it. So they'll always be they will always never be able to peg into place because they're misaligned. And that's an engineering thing. That's not quality control, that's engineering. Right? Yeah, they're nowhere near where they need to be. What manner of bullshit is this? No wonder I've been struggling with it. It doesn't fit at all, and it never will. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Alright, let's get back to gun mode. It seems to be the only thing that really works well at this point. And since Brawn is an Autobot, I'm going to use Twin Furno here. I started out saying Twinception as a joke, now I'm actually believing that's what his name actually is. You better fit in there. Wow, the head doesn't snap into place. Wow. It doesn't snap into place. Wow. Okay. Wow. There's just so much what's wrong here. I can't get his head to fit. Or it'll go in, but there's nothing to clip into. It's just there's no friction, there's no click. There's nothing. I should have done a little more research before I said it. Yeah, I absolutely want that one. To be fair, this was an impulse buy, but that being said, wow. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best choice for... What? Oh, God. And then the direction that you want to... God, why is this... I have to put pressure on the peg in order to get it in the hole, But when I do that, it pushes the handle up, which means it won't fit. It won't, he's not going to be actually holding on to anything. Oh, by the way, the jet bite moke is literally pulling itself apart every time I pull the handle out. And there's no place for me to hang on to it, so I can't guarantee that that's not going to stay stuck up. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to assume for the moment this is correct. Although I suppose Twinferno is kind of a bad example because his hands, or lack thereof, the opening for the hand is actually on the outside. So he has to... So instead of hanging onto the gun like this, he'll always be hanging onto it like this. So this is kind of a bad example. But that's barely holding on with any friction, and the head is sitting there only with gravity. If I turn it upside down, it will fall out. See that the head isn't clipping in. Wow, Brawn, color me disappointed. I would much rather have your Hunt for the Decepticons figure, which is true. I did want that. Can I insert this somewhere else? No. Is it broken? It shouldn't be, considering how strong it was on this guy. Yeah, that fits fine. Okay, so there it is. There's Brawn. It doesn't say what the vehicle mode is called, if anything at all. But there it is. I can't get the G to work because, like, literally the way the peg was molded on those back wheels, the pegs are coming into an area that's completely off center. So I can't get them in there. It'll never ever be lined up properly ever, at least not on this particular version. It might be an engineering thing, I don't know. Because the front two wheel tractor assemblies work just fine. It's just these back two, for whatever reason. Yeah, I need to research that, because that's really disappointing that they're not anywhere near where they need to be. Right? Yeah, if I try to force it, they'll break. I'm gonna go look that up. I'm disturbed about that. I'm gonna go look that up. So it's gonna be a few minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, so it turns out that my frustrations were not unfounded. Turns out that this is actually a quality control problem. This is not an engineering problem like I initially suspected it was. This is a quality control problem. For whatever reason, during the manufacturing of this specific unit, the front wheels, front tractor treads, were duplicated to the back, which means this set basically has two sets of front tractor treads on it. There's two up here, and then there's an identical set in the back here, which is not how it's supposed to be. I watched a number of YouTubers who I can't stand most YouTube Transformers reviewers, even some of the more you're not supposed to speak ill of other reviewers, so I'm not going to name names, but that being said, some of the more prominent Transformer reviewers out there, it's painful to watch some of them. How they get their numbers so high up, I'll never understand. But anyways, yeah, so technically I've got a defective version. It's not broken, it's just it was built incorrectly because it has the wrong parts on it. So yeah, the reason those panels will never tab in correctly is because, well, they're actually the wrong parts. So no amount of forcing is going to do it. Now, of course, because Power of the Primes is already underway, and technically this is a shell former, the chances of me being able to go to Hasbro.com and replace it are slim to none. I tried to, I tried to get a live chat going or something like that, but they only operate Monday through Friday between certain hours, and here it is Saturday at 9:31 a.m. So they're not active on weekends, so I can't do anything about it. And even if I could get through, it's a pretty good bet that they might be out of stock. In fact, they would be out of stock because Power of the Primes is the current lineup. So maybe what I should do is go to Amazon, see if I can get another one, and hope that it's an earlier earlier version that doesn't have this problem. So my complaints were not entirely unfounded. Get out of there. I finally got you in there. Now you need to come out. Get out of there. If I have to replace you, thank you. So, sometimes quality control happens. It happens. I'm not gonna bitch too loudly about that. It's unfortunate it happened, yes. It's inconvenient that it happened, yes. But is at the end of the day, do I think is it going to compromise the fact that this toy is actually kind of cute? I do kind of like it. That being said, the plastic is worryingly thin on here, and how you get him in there for the tractor tread or whatever mode you want to call this, how you get the head in there is a pain in the ass. Let's see. Yeah, that's the right way. Because you have to lift that up, then you have to slip his head in there, which you can't do because it's so tiny. In the direction you want to force it, you can't. And even when you do finally get it in there, the handle, which telescopes up and down, doesn't want to, the handle telescopes up and down, and you don't want it to do that, and yet it does it. So you're kind of compromised no matter what you do. Kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. So, but I like it. I am going to pursue this. See if I can get a replacement for this. I don't think I'll be able to replace the individual panels like these two panels here. I don't think Hasbro at this point would send me duplicates or would send me proper replacements. I'd probably have to replace the whole thing, which that wouldn't bother me. Just don't ask me to resend all the twist ties, because that's not happening. All right. So that's a thing. I like the jet bike mode. It's slightly amusing. It's pretty much the only mode out of all of them you can do properly. Because friction on a boiled drink that tiny. Should I have to bring up Revoltech Wally again? Get in there. Get in there. Well, that's really awkward. Even for kids, that might be an awkward thing to do. The kind of reviewers I hate are the ones who do it in one shot. Like, it took me, after my, beginning level of reviewing over on CDX, it's like, okay, shoot in multiple takes. And, just in case you screw up, you can always do it again. I always shoot with multiple takes, except when it comes to unboxing. But, anyways, here's Ron. But some reviewers, they shoot in a single take, and they do the minimalist of editing. These are prominent YouTube reviewers of Transformers toys, and they're still making entry-level bullshit mistakes. All right. Karma, Ava. That was karma right there. You're not supposed to critique other reviewers. It's called professional courtesy. I didn't name names. So, that is an issue. Alright, Trigger Happy. See if you can change my mind about this. Jet Fighter mode just looks sexy, so that's why I had to get it. And that's just one of the things that I don't like about prominent YouTube reviewers who do reviews of Transformers, even Super Sentai, The other kind of YouTuber I hate, aside from the ones who don't edit their stuff properly, the ones I really hate are the ones who describe every single little step. See this peg here, you have to peg it in here, and then we're going to take this panel, we're going to flip this panel around, and we're going to flip this section around here, and then when you're done flipping that section around, you're going to want to take this panel and flip it over here, and then you're going to take this limb, you're going to take this vehicle, and lo and behold, it's actually a limb, in case you didn't know it when you opened up the box. I was like, shut the fuck up. Just show them. Just show the audience what you're going to review. Don't describe, don't nitpick, unless there is a significant detail, like be aware the friction on this joint is really, really tight, or be aware the spring will catch you off guard the first few times, okay, yeah, that's something worth mentioning. Or if there's a hidden switch, like if you can't understand why this is not moving, it's probably because you missed this little hidden switch on the backside. Those are things that are worth mentioning. But you're going to take this panel and you're going to plug it into here, and then you're going to flip this panel around here, and you're going to flip up the head, and then you're going to close up that panel. Shut up! Christ. Get to it. You waste more time telling me what you're going to do than just actually, like, doing it. As opposed to my reviewing style, which I have to thank Collection DX. Their policy on, how can I put it, what can I call it? Impartiality. Just cover the toy itself without injecting your 2 cents into it. That was one of the reasons why I was so attracted to Collection DX. It's one of the reasons I stayed with them. There was their impartiality, their ability to review stuff without getting wrapped up in the content of the material itself. My rants on CDX was my way of venting about stuff I did or did not like. So I mean, but I put it at the end of the review on purpose, so that if you didn't want to hear my 2 cents, well, you'd already seen the review. If you want to hang around for my 2 cents, you're welcome to it. You can just shut it off there, or you can keep watching and listening to me rant and rave from off camera. You know, I can do all this, and that's fine. That was acceptable. But that was something that I liked about CDX as a I guess they are a corporation. No, I guess they're a company. Yeah, it's an LLC company. But that was one of the draws way back in 2002, before we were doing, before YouTube didn't even exist in 2002. You know, well, 2003. I joined in 2003. But anyways, that was something that I liked about CDX. And it's something that you don't see very often in any other prominent YouTuber. You don't see it very often. Whether it's Transformers, Super Sentai, Power Rangers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the content being covered. It's how you cover it, not necessarily what you're covering, that I'm talking about here. But yeah, I had to swallow my pride and watch that one YouTuber. I hate watching his stuff. I avoid watching it wherever possible. He's got a stupid laugh. I don't like his laugh. So, imitating somebody's laugh, that doesn't give him away, does it? Anyways, that's a very Transformers G1 strike that I see there, which is nice. God, how am I supposed to get that out of there without scratching it? How? Oh, it's inside the joint. Yummy. I like this. It's aesthetic that's going here. I like this. I like it. Those back? Yeah, I'm going to move those wings back further. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Very nice. This is a very proper G1 figure. I can't remember. I don't remember which what Trigger Happy Trigger Happy, what he originally was. Trigger Happy and Blowpipe? Can I get away with calling something Blow? And the helmet says Decepticon too. Although it does look vaguely like a repainted Optimus Prime for his head. He's got a little bit of kibble on the outside of his arms, but these guns actually can replace his hands. So instead of just holding a pair of rifles or mini, large pistols or small rifles, instead of holding a pair of these things, you can fold his hands away, and then you can fold these cannons on the outside of the forearms. You can flip them around, so he's got another pair of cannons coming out of each forearm. Nice. fact that I will demonstrate right now. Oh, yes. Yes. And the arms bend just beyond 90 degrees. Look at that. Look at that. That's great. That is awesome. And then you got an extra pair of cannons. You can, where am I going to stick these? Oh, I'm going to have to pull out the instructions and see where I can stick these. Oh, God. I know where I can stick them. I'm going to stick them on the inside of these because there's a pair of holes. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. I like this guy. Yes. Oh, and I just had another idea. If it works out. Look at that. He's got 3 barrels on each hand. That's awesome. And then there's tabs on the outside of his arms. Oh gosh, I wonder if I could tab those in. Ooh. Wouldn't that be awesome? Now, what was the other thing I saw? Oh yeah. No, I was hoping I could put his arms together. I could put the 2 rifles together, but alas, that will not happen. Oh, you can peg him on the outside of his shoulders. Oh, yes. With a little bit of work, you can get them in there. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. That's very G1 Seeker type material right there. Now he's got him on the outside of his arms. Oh, yes. Sweet. That's great. I love it. That's wonderful. That's great. Can I plug them anywhere else? Let's assume no. Then you can peg these together to make a double barrel rifle thingamajig. Some kind. Huh? I just got an echo of Transformers Cybertron. Oh, what was he called? Vector Prime. What was his minicon's name? I can't think of his minicons. Anyways, it kind of reminds me of that. Wouldn't that be fun if that's what they were trying to do? That's kind of a G1 Soundwave face on him, kind of. But anyways, not painted on the face. So whatever. It's only on that face, not that one. But the friction on those tabs for the 2 rifles is going to disappear so fast. I don't think he's having it. Oh, they're too far apart. It won't fit in there. Well, if that's the case, why would they put them in there like that? Nope, not having it. All right, whatever. I just hope it can be stored inside the vehicle mounts somewhere. Oh, and a waist joint, by the way. Probably for transformation. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a transforming waist joint. Ah, I see. I almost broke it. Okay. Gee, if only I had looked in the instructions, that wouldn't have been an issue. If I didn't know better, I'd say that waist is supposed to slide backwards. Oh, yeah, it is supposed to. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Alright, it's instruction time. It's instruction time. Really? So why would you install a waist joint and then not have... Oh, maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like this. It might be like this. I feel like I'm close, but I'm not quite sure. Gray colored figure on a black background. Yay. Oh. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, maybe that's not supposed to unpeg. My bad. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we're looking sexy. There. Oh, this is so cool. Anybody here ever played Descent 1 and 2 back in the early 90s? First-person shooter, but it wasn't. You played as a space fighter pilot rather than a soldier on the battlefield. You remember the Descent vehicle? I can't remember what it was called. I'm getting heavy Descent vibe off of this thing. Oh, this is cool. Under the wings, huh? Yes, under the wings. How about that? God damn it, this is cool. Ooh. Friction on those wings is very loose. Very, very loose. Or the pins underneath the wings. Oh my god, this is cool. Oh, I'm so glad I got this. This is badass. I don't remember what his G1 counterpart looks like, but oh wow, this is cool. That's definitely Material Defender's fighter. Very much a top-down shooter, too. You remember those, the 8 and 16-bit top-down shooters? Which I'm still a fan of, by the way. They don't make them anymore just because 3D, you know. Oh, that is neat. That is neat. And then you can place the head in there, the Titan Master in head mode, and he's looking out of his own cockpit. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. This is cool. Now, damn it, now I want a Voyager-sized version of this guy. Any third parties out there willing to knock this off, make it Voyager-sized? Doesn't need die-cast metal or rubber, just, make it, make it bigger. Make it about 4 inches bigger. I'd get it. Oh, this is cool. Yes. And he comes with landing gear? Are you kidding me? Does the wheel turn? Oh my god, I think it does. No, it does not. That's okay. Oh my god, it comes with landing gear. What the hell? Just the nose. But it definitely comes with landing gear. Oh! Dude! That's so cool! The transformation kind of reminds me, it mirrors in some ways, Generations... Oh, what's it called? Cyclonus. Generation Cyclonus, the big purple thing. Which Cyclonus was from Generation 1 movie. Some of the steps in here kind of remind me of that one, which I have, which I liked. The difference is they kind of took care of the way the legs transform a little better. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Why do Decepticons always have to be so badass? They're so bad, but they're also badass at the same time. Mm. Oh, I love it. Yes. Absolutely. I don't see us topping that anytime soon. That's great. I can imagine this guy going up against Hardhead. Titan Master Hardhead. Oh, that'll be great. Ah! A gray figure on a black background with purple highlights. It's not any better, Hasbro. It's really not. Got it on the first try. Yay. Ah, that's great. Love that thing. Trigger happy and blowpipe. Oh, that's awesome. Now let's see if Skytread here can impress me even more. I'm not really big on getting little Titan Masters, whatever it is, but I was like, if you've got deluxe class figures or even the bigger ones, such as this guy right here, why don't you stick a couple of Titan Masters on there just by themselves and see what happens? And besides, I haven't really gotten any Titan Master sets before. It's just this guy in Brawn so far, so it's only going to be Brawn in this guy. Sky Tread, I have no idea who he is. Now I got Bohemian Rhapsody going through my head. What's going on? I don't even follow Queen. Why have I got... Not like it's not a good song, just like, why is that going through my head right now? I don't get it. It's not even related. It's a very, very tiny... It's a very tiny bot, but I kind of like him. Has kind of a... What are they called? Has kind of a... not Target Master. Yeah, maybe it is a Target Master. The Spec Tech, or the Tech Spec characters where you could fold down the panel on the G1 figure and then you plug in the headmaster and then the stats would show up. Guy has kind of that vibe to him. Again, no paint on his face, but only paint on the Titan's head. So whatever. And we've got generic one size. I think there was I want to say there was an Autobot version of this guy. It was painted blue and silver. I wanted to get that version, but I was like, you know, as long as I've got the particular mold, I'll be good. So that's why I have this. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to get this one. I forgot about that. Oop, don't do that. Don't do that. Break it right out of the box, dumbass. Okay, that's never coming out. The trigger, there's so much friction behind that thing. I can't even, I don't even. That's not happening ever. Maybe it is time to look at the instructions because I want to know how to get that handle out of there. There's so much friction behind it, I can't even. Oh god, I'm gonna break my fingernail. How do you get that out of there? I mean, getting it into jet mode is all well and good, but if you can't get the handle out, it doesn't do you much good. Holy shit. Well, new rule. Once you get it out, never put it back in. Black background, dark gray colored figure, purple highlights. Why couldn't they have just gone back to Micromaster size? Yeah? So bloody tiny. So there's a Sky Tread riding on his on the little tank, hanging out on the back. So you just stick his head in there, and his feet hang out the back. But that does not answer the question, how do you get that handle out of there? This is a bad idea. So here's this peg, and I have no idea how you're supposed to get it back out. When it goes in, you have to stick something in there and wedge it out. So there's the gun mode, I guess. I don't know. Looks like an upside down tank with a cockpit, or with a jet fighter cockpit on that's sticking on the top. Nope. You know what? He's a Decepticon. He's you, my very purple friend, whose name totally escapes me right now. Just going to eat away at the friction in your shoulder even more than it already is. It's not a very convincing gun mode, but, well, I can live with it. Hot dog in a bun comes to mind. That's probably what they were trying to avoid. You know, they probably did it in purple or pink. Yeah, I guess this is magenta pink or something. They probably did it in pink so that they wouldn't have to worry about jokes about this being a hot dog bun, which I could totally see happening. And then I've got Broadside and Hardhead already put away in storage in the IKEA pull-out drawer, so they're already in stores there. Which, unfortunately, that's what my collection is like these days, having to hide things away in drawers because there's more space in there. So that's more than likely where these four are going to end up as well. Well, once I get a replacement for Brawn, which I'm definitely gonna pursue that. I looked on Amazon real quick, and I think one of the closest one I saw, it sells for like $8.50. So this was, I can't remember. I think this is $6. I think so. Two additional dollars plus shipping and handling, whatever that may be. That's probably gonna be worth it. And then I don't know what I'll do with those. I'll probably take this to the sell it. I don't know what to do. Return it to Hasbro and say faulty, please replace, something like that. I'm gonna wait until Monday to get an answer on that. Okay, I am I am pleased as punch with it. This out of the four, this one I'm very happy with. The handle peg on that thing is probably the only sticking point right there. Obvious quality control problem here, and just because I can't read the instructions, these great panels in the Dragon mode, and not being able to open up the wings, extend those wings outward a little more, kind of ruined that for me. But overall, not a bad selection here. If this was behaving properly, I would have said, yeah, this is fine. Well, except for, trying to get the head into Jeep mode, that's kind of an issue. And having this peg stay out when you put it into the hands of a different robot, that is also a problem. Although you probably want to fold these panels down so you can stick your finger in there as you're pushing it down in. So, but you're supposed to hold it like that, but as you put it into the hand, the peg will shift upwards. So that's not a quality control problem. That's an engineering problem. So, but I don't know, $50 yesterday. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Plus tax, whatever. Okay, I'm done. And so with that, this is Abe Unit 4A saying thanks for tuning in.